There has been no formal offer to the US of anything at present. What has happened to date is that we have discussed the areas that, from our side, we believe we could potentially find agreements in. And so we need to really stress that we're fully engaged in our discussions with the US. A negotiated solution remains our clear and preferred outcome. We're not going to give blow-by-blow commentary on the negotiations that are happening, but we absolutely are committed to finding agreements with the US that benefits both sides. And that's really all we can say for the moment.
So, to be clear, there is no such offer like the one that was in the Financial Times?
I would encourage you to read the rest of the article, because what Commissioner Šefčovič clearly says is that there are areas where we could, not will, but could look at greater cooperation with the US. And by the way, this is entirely consistent with what the European Commission has been saying since President Trump won the election. As early as November, President von der Leyen said that we could look at areas such as energy, notably LNG, some agricultural products, soybeans, for example, where there could be good potential to increase EU imports from the US. So there's nothing new here. We're simply reiterating that there are areas where we believe we can potentially increase our imports from the US, and that would also have the additional benefit, let's say, of reducing, to some extent, the trade in goods surplus that we enjoy and which seems to be such a fixation on the other side of the Atlantic.
Yeah, it's also on tariffs. So in the article in the FT, Commissioner Šefčovič said that there's some progress was made, but can you tell us where exactly this progress was made and how concretely? Thank you.
Thanks for your question, and I'm sorry to disappoint you, but we don't go into details about the negotiations that are happening at either technical or political level. There will be opportunities for us as things progress to communicate in a more detailed and structured way, and when that moment arrives, we will certainly do so.
To avoid to be misleaded by headlines and so on, there is another part which is quite interesting of the interview, which is where Commissioner Šefčovič, or the Financial Times is saying that Commissioner Šefčovič refused the 10% base tariff. I would like to know if this is a red line. So, if this 10% stay, the EU will react. Thank you.
Grazie, David. We've been very clear from the start that we don't believe that tariffs do any good, not for us, not for the US, not for the global economy. That is precisely why, as Paula mentioned, we took the strong initiative to, in fact, look at areas where we can not just reduce but eliminate tariffs. That's the logic of the zero for zero offer. So we're not going to go into more detail beyond that, which is to say, you know, there's a great offer on the table. Let's talk about that.